Hey guys, just updating you again on my 40-gallon reef tank. I'm doing a treatment of Reef Flux for hair algae and hopefully maybe to control some dinoflagellates, but I don't really seriously think that's going to happen. But I was supposed to do day 2 yesterday, but unfortunately last night my heater got stuck in the on position and got the water pretty hot, so I had to kind of scramble and I got me kind of a little insurance that will never happen again, and kind of controlled the situation for the time being until I got a new heater today, and I'll kind of show you that at the end of the video here. But before I really go through and just show you, there's really not many changes anyway in the algae or the dinoflagellates. They may have advanced a little bit, but that's going to happen, the first week. Hair algae may still grow and kind of take over, but the second week it's not going to. So let me go ahead and see if I can get my fish going here that you can see. I'm going to feed them. They know it's feeding time. Try to feed my anemones. And I have to kind of get the fish away from the anemones, and everybody knows that there's a camera set up evidently. Here we go, come on. Unfortunately, these clownfish, I don't think have quite caught on to feed the anemones yet. I have another set in another room that do very well at feeding the anemones, and those anemones are gigantic for what they were. And I'm just feeding brine shrimp right now. And unfortunately, I don't know how much of that is actually making it into any of these anemones because they're eating it off of it. I try to lure them away, but sometimes that doesn't work. And it's amazing that they know that there is a camera. Every time I set a camera up to try to get them to come out, maybe show the fish off a little bit, they don't really seem to want to cooperate. And I'm trying to up my feedings a little bit because I think I had overfiltered my water and underfed the fish during my time with COVID. And so I think that helped the dinoflagellates to kind of take over. Plus, I had taken out a couple rocks. They had anemones on it, moved it to another tank, and I think that kind of upset some things. So, that's where I stand right now. Give them a little bit more food. My anemones are moving. I am going to have to get rid of some anemones. This tank's just going to be all anemones here before too long. Let me see if I've got any in this guy right here. And we have some that don't want to make it over there, unfortunately. All right. All right, we'll get over here. As you can see, I think maybe the hair algae has advanced a little bit, and so has the dinoflagellates. They've kind of come around right there, and I was kind of winning a little bit on the dinoflagellates. They were getting some bare spots in it, but it was a really slow advance, so I don't know how bad this will get before I actually beat it. And I know people have said that if you heat it up to 82 degrees, that the dinoflagellates will die off. And well, I guess I tried that yesterday because my heater stuck on, and I noticed that the temp had gotten up to 84 degrees. Thank God, before that got too bad. And let's go back. I love my tomato clowns. They never show up their personality on camera, unfortunately, but when nobody's around, and they're always playing, always chasing each other. They were when I first got them in the tank, I could put my hands in there and they'd swim up to my hands. Now they're not so friendly to your hand. I get finned when I get my hands in the tank, so maybe that's a sign that they're starting to really get good and paired. And I love the colors. I love their shape. It's a really nice looking fish. And there's my coral beauty, who seems to be one of the shyest fish that I've got. And I just fed that mushroom, got a little scrap, and hopefully that one here soon will be ready to start eating. I'm getting kind of excited about that. I thought I'd lost my mushroom. It fell off of that stalk. That one on top of the rock was on that, and it fell off, and I was kind of concerned over it, but it's doing great, as you can see. Looks really good. Loves that rock right there. And that one seems to be growing quite a bit too. So I don't know if they reproduce that way. I'll have to plead ignorance on that. So I guess my next thing here is to turn on this little device right here. I'll turn it on here in just a second and let all the food kind of settle, which I think it has. This is a Inkbird it's a little safety device that you plug in the heater to, and if it gets to, like right now I've got it set at 77, if it gets above that, it cuts the heater off. So luckily I've had that and was able to use it, and it really saved my fish last night. I was able to not have to run somewhere, because the nearest fish store is about an hour away, and that was not going to be very fun late last night. But this thing works really good, and it has two plugs on the bottom of it, one for a cooling fan and one for your heater. But I don't use the cooling fan because I just use LED lights. No need. Water never heats up unless the heater fails, and that's where this comes in. And of course it clicks on, and as you can see right now I have my heater set at 76, and the threshold is at 77. So right now I've got a Fluval heater that I had to go to PetSmart and get, and so we'll hope that it works better than the last one, which, by the way, I'll see if I can get a video of it. I just have it right here. It's the, I don't know if you can see that very well. I've got this cobalt heater. This is actually the second one in a year and a half, and I'm not very happy about that. The first one, started to go out when I put my hands in the water and got a pretty good shock. And the customer service was really well. I mean, we called them and told them about it, and they shipped us one right back out. So they thought that the cord had a split in it, and so it worked really well. And this one, I noticed when I got it in that it just seemed like sometimes the temperature would climb for no reason. I'd get to 78, 79 degrees, and then I'd keep check on it, and then it'd be back to 74, 75. And so I thought, well, maybe my water levels were changing. Wasn't sure. But I just think that the heater was just not a good one. I don't know if that make of those is not really good. So I'm just trying a Fluval this time. I have a Fluval on my 30 gallon. Has run for well over a year and done very well. So I'm going to try that one in this one. And there's my tomato clown hanging out. If any of you guys have a good name for both my clownfish, I haven't named any of my fish. Let me see if I can get this little damsel here. Yeah. This one's pretty camera shy too. Although this one was really aggressive when I first got it, and over time, it's really mellowed out. But I'll keep you posted. Hopefully with day 4. Unfortunately, I couldn't do day 2 because I was in panic mode. But we'll just see what keeps happening. And I'm going to tell you, day 4 is probably going to look a little worse. Day 5 will look a little worse. And then as I get to like day 8, day 9, the algae will start to turn a lighter color. And it'll still be all there. And then you'll just start noticing it just disappear. And if you're using this, it will all those nutrients in the algae is being released into your water. So you want to make sure at the end of the 14 days of this treatment that you do a pretty good water change, and if need be, you can go ahead and treat again. And but I'm just anxious to see if it will get rid of this dinoflagellates. I can't talk right now. And I hope my voice stays with me because I'm still kind of suffering from COVID, or at least the after effects anyway. And but yeah, guys, this stuff, one more time on the Inkbird. When I get down here, this thing is about $30, I think, on Amazon. And if you have any tank, freshwater, anything, it's going to it's going to be a good insurance to have. And, if your heater gets stuck on, which most of them seem to, not a lot of them just go out, quit working. It seems like they just stay on, and that's dangerous. And, but if it does happen to go off and stay off, this thing has a rather loud alarm on it to let you know that it is not, the temperature is low, and, you need to do something about it. So, I highly recommend this if you can get it on all tanks. I'm going to try to get one from my 30-gallon and one from my 90-gallon freshwater with my discus tank, which I'm going to try to give you a good update on it. I had a good video of the disaster that happened to it while I had COVID, but now I can just give you an update on it. But I'm going to try to get that out and get that uploaded. And we'll just go from there. But after the COVID, it just really had me down, and I couldn't be in charge of I couldn't be in charge of feeding the fish because I was quarantined to one room trying to keep my family from getting it. But unfortunately, that just didn't work. And by the time I got here and was able to actually be up and had the energy to actually get up and take care of this thing, it was really bad. And luckily I didn't lose any coral. The dinoflagellates had gotten up right around that thing, and I was kind of afraid that it was going to take it over. So I got it off the rocks, and it seems to have stayed off for the most part. But anyway, I guess this does it till day 4, and all my anemones are down to just nothing. That's amazing how small they can actually get. But anyway, if you have any good suggestions on a good way to sell these, I don't have a good way to ship them. I may need to work on that because I think I'm getting too many in one tank. But yeah, just work on a name and a good way to sell these things, and leave them in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helps somebody. There's plenty of people out there having problems. And but just before I do leave, I want to let you know, just because you have algae, if you listen to Facebook or anything else on the internet, that's you're terrible at taking care of your tank. It happens to everybody. If you're like me and don't have like an algae scrubber or a good refugium to, this is an all-in-one, and just like this, you make a mistake, could take out some rock, you get sick, can't take care of it, things happen. So, if you're going to do this, you just got to be a good problem solver. And a lot of times you have to do a quick problem solve. So, that's basically it, guys. Just hope you stay tuned and hope you tune in tomorrow. I hope to get up another video. And I'm going to try to get that discus tank video up and show you the update on it. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching.